Hey there, I'm Nicholas Rodriguez, and I've had the joy and pleasure of collaborating with Molly Smith in about 7 productions at Arena Stage over the last 12 or 13 years, and I can't say what a joy it's been. I mean, not only is she my friend, she's my mentor, she's my teacher, she's all of the things, and one of the greatest forces I've ever gotten to work with. And one of my favorite experiences with Molly is always spent in the rehearsal room. She's a force, she's a visionary, she has a clear-cut plan, and she's always in charge, yet she's still a collaborator. And the best idea in the room wins. She firmly believes in the process and allowing everybody their chance to grow and shine and develop, whether it's the actors, the choreographer, the props designer, the milliner, the set designer. Everybody gets a chance to see their work shine. One of my favorite stories is when we were working on the original production of Oklahoma to open the Mead Center. We had a slight cast change after the first couple of previews. So it required a put-in for a new actress, Alicia Gamble, who is now a lifelong friend of mine. But before Alicia joined, we had a fully realized opening number set to the overture of the farm coming to life that was choreographed, fight choreography. Every cast member is involved, including pigs, dogs, chicks, ducks, and goats. And it was amazing. It was beautiful, but by the time I came out to sing Oh What a Beautiful Morning, it felt like Oh What a Beautiful Afternoon. So on the day of this put-in, I came to Molly and I said, look, we have the orchestra, we have this amazing cast. Why don't we try it once without the choreographed overture and the farm animals? And she looked at me for a long second and she heard me out and she said, okay, we'll try it. And that's how the show ended up being, you know? So Molly's amazing idea ended up getting scrapped because she saw it a different way in a new light, and she was open to the possibility of change. And that to me was like huge, knowing that I had a collaborator that was willing to listen. And I feel guilty that the farm animals were suddenly unemployed, but I'm so proud of that production, and I will always remember that moment and so many more. I love you, Molly, and I'm so grateful to share process with you.
Molly, thank you so much for everything you have given me. I simply would not be where I am as a playwright if it had not been for you. For those of you who don't know, Molly is the first artistic director to have ever taken a chance on me. She was my first commission at a Lort Theater, first production at a Lort Theater, and I learned so much, not just through the process, but also from working with her, watching her work with the actors, and writing a play that is probably the most nearest and dearest to my heart, Sovereignty, which is about my family and my nation. And I just, I'm excited for you, Molly, in this new phase and new adventure you're stepping off to, but we'll miss you at Arena Stage. But I just want to leave you with an incredible amount of gratitude and thanks for all that you've given to the American theater, and specifically to me as a young and emerging playwright. I will never forget your contributions. Love you.
So the first really profound thing about entering a rehearsal space with Molly was that it was the first time that I had entered a rehearsal space for a musical where I was not an auxiliary character. Molly saw in me an ingenue. And even to this day, with everything that our country continues to grapple with, the fact that she saw that in me and empowered me in that role is a cultivation that has stayed with me ever since and has helped me to strive to try and be like Molly as I get older. With every year that passes, with the wisdom that she showed with listening, with creating space and giving me a platform and my co-actors a platform as the AAPI members of the cast, in our efforts to subvert the negative stereotypes of Asian people and anything goes, Molly's room was the first time I have ever been told, hi, for the next amount of time, I would like for only the AAPI members of the cast to speak. That resounded with me in a way that I had never experienced before, and continue to strive to cultivate myself within the rehearsal spaces that I continue to enter, and wherever I do have the power to make that difference, both for myself and other marginalized communities. So thank you, Molly, for showing me the value of my own voice so that I may then go forth and recognize that beauty in others. Thank you, Molly.
I think the thing that I've been most amazed by working with Molly in a rehearsal room is her incredible facilitation of actors, the creative team's input through inquiry, through investigation rather than domination, that she's a really open collaborator. And you see that also in her institutional leadership, that she's been able to shepherd enormous innovation and enormous collaboration by being one who has a strong point of view and a strong citizen artist orientation, but always open to other input and difference of opinion and welcoming of that.
Hello, my name is Parker Essie, and I've had the honor of collaborating and knowing Molly for 25 years. It's my pleasure to introduce members of the Arena Stage production of Newsies that Molly directed and I choreographed. We're here today to pay tribute to our fearless leader, Molly. Take it away, Newsies.
Table work. Before we learn a single note or dance step, we have a greater understanding of our characters.
There's this incredible kitchen backstage at Arena, and one day I asked Molly about it, and she said that she fought the board to keep it because when she was touring shows in Eastern Europe, they all had these spaces where the company could have communal meals and bond. And it was at that moment that I realized that Molly cared about all of us, not just as artists, but as human beings, and I'll always take that with me. Molly, I wish you absolute joy and happiness in the next phase of your life and hope you find a community as supportive as the one you built for us at Arena.
After a relationship that spans more than 20 years and 8 or 9 different productions, I can definitively say that Molly Smith is the reigning champion of the theatrical process. Our fearless leader is passionate, she is generous, she is inquisitive, and she creates an ensemble on stage and a family backstage like no one else that I know, where the lowliest character in the chorus has just as much invested and at stake as the person who happens to be playing the lead. Thank you, Molly. I love you. I love your process. Thank you for all the opportunities.
One of the best lessons I've ever learned in my life as an actor came from Molly Smith, and she said to me, and I quote, "There is gold at the end of every sentence." And I will take that with me in every show I ever do, and I cannot thank Molly enough for my time at Arena.
Molly Smith taught me that no matter how young or small or powerless you may feel, that you can always find ways to make a difference and have a positive impact on the people around you.
So we start with broad strokes, then we go in with color, and finally the glint in the eye. Distance creates intimacy, and stay shoulder to shoulder in the round.
I'll never forget Molly taking us on a tour of the building. It was like watching a parent show their child's scrapbook of all the things that she dreamt up and have now made a reality. It was one of the most amazing things to watch, and every single corner of the venue became special to me, just like it was to her. Thank you for your brilliant leadership and direction, Molly. Congratulations.
Molly, for my improv, I have 2 haikus for you on what I learned from you and how you made me feel. Every artist counts. There is power in the VOM. Stay grounded in truth. You inspire me. We honor and respect you. Thank you so much, Molly. Thank you, Molly, for everything.
Looking back at the 25 years of collaborating with Molly, my favorite moments with Molly were during tech rehearsals. We had a tradition where I would come and sit in the aisle next to her chair, and we would look out over the Fit Chandler stage at whatever show we were working on. We would hold hands and gush over our mutual love and admiration for what we were creating together. Those moments were everything to me. The best is yet to come. And to quote you, Molly, from your, quote, monster of a choreographer to you, I love you, my dearest mentor and friend. Well, I want to thank you so much for joining us for this special tribute, and thank you, Newsies Company, for sharing your beautiful memories and toasting our Molly.